Please come.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Like I would like to tell you one thing, like when you are taking your seat now, actually in corporate, since you are from IIT and IIT Rourkela, right? So usually like in interview etiquette, they have been asked to not to drag the chairs, right? Instead actually lift it because it creates a grunting sound that affects.
Not very polite etiquette. Polite.
Sure, I'll take it.
Component is instead of the kuchundi, but NIT Rourkela pass out, so you must be knowing all the things.
Yes, sir.
But I don't know like OPC board can do it.
I can.
Check on the interview etiquette.
Sure, sir. I'll take it.
So why should you take risk?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yes. So
तुम चेक नहीं बोले चेक चल लो
So chat देख ले.
कहीं भाई
So actually, my posting was in Southeast Asia, Korea, China, and so during COVID, when COVID started, I was at Wuhan only.
center
Epicenter. So I was airlifted, and after coming to India, so again my position was engineer in China only, China's fab, semiconductor fabs. So after that, due to the issues of visa and geopolitical, visa was stopped from China. So I was working from home. And so during COVID time also, I was planning to pursue my passion, which was my childhood dream also, as I was inspired and still inspired by my elder uncle, who is also a retired civil servant. So I left sir preparation just to focus properly on my civil services. I knew that that was very demanding, and they can send me abroad anytime when the visa starts over. Yeah, so I had to. I took a lot of time to think properly to quit before I start my preparation.
all the best wishes and good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, there are two contrasting things because we are technocrats, but the nature of the job here doesn't need much of technical know-how. So I mean, but now there is a clamor that this is in the governance architecture needs specialists, not generalists. What is your view?
So definitely, according to my point of view, now the governance and plus the government all are technology driven. Mostly all files in the office works and all the schemes, everything, the government industries, new industries, energy industries, all are mostly technology driven. And there is a efficiency need, that is a need of the hour in governance mostly. So that is why, according to my point of view, many technologists are preferring, and also the.
But there is no ecosystem to hone your technical potential and competence. Because after some time, out of disuse, so it will go on. It will go atrophied. You won't get utilize that technical know-how. So the ecosystem, though we need because it is more technology driven, but we don't have a system, ecosystem will sustain your, will nurture your that technical capability, competency.
Okay.
So we are in a dilemma how to sustain that. So where your talent can be best tapped. You need a system, an ecosystem to grow your talent.
Definitely.
So suppose if there is frustration that time, how do other channels where you can find enough scope to interact with?
So honestly, before pursuing the civil preparation, I was already in the mindset that this is mostly a journalist job. So, and my technical expertise was semiconductor materials, which is now the driving market in now semiconductors. So, if by God's luck I get a chance to interact and have some policies regarding semiconductors, I can contribute some of myself knowledge to the stakeholder consultations and whatever policies we can.
What is your strength, best attribute that you think is most suited for quality?
The dedication towards public service. I cannot like that is the most strength I can definitely say.
What is the bane of administration nowadays? That people are they experience governance deficits. They don't trust this thing. What is the basic thing has gone wrong?
So the inefficient delivery of citizen services, public service of delivery of the public service.
What about corruption actually?
Corruption, it is
a perception or something tangible happening to the people for which they feel frustrated, dejected?
Yes, sir, it is tangible. Definitely, it is happening. But some of very progressive measures are already underway under the so like the training system of the civil servants are quite directed towards practicing a non-corruption behavior in the.
Do you think that more and more technology leveraged, more and more corruption can be removed within the.
Definitely, to extent such sure, technology can be used to eliminate corruption because the file will be tracked, it's monitored from a centralized authorized system. So that it can be to some extent it can be eliminated, but it all depends on the nature and character of the administrations, how the people are, their mindset.
We have to fix accountability to ensure transparency. We have introduced a right-based approach actually. We don't consider insta.
So what is it?
Agreement government act in national level.
Transparency पे उठा act होची.
Transparency and accountability.
Right to inform.
Right to information. How other rights and the right to
same right-based approach रे act कौन से ensuring rights.
तो ओडिशा रे तो ORTPC
सब तो गवर्नमेंट के ठीक है ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे कौन है
मैंने गवर्नमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन
गवर्नमेंट आप जो राइट
आरटीओ विसल ब्लोअर्स एक्ट भी अच्छा
राइट
अच्छा
that
राइट
means you will get it is your right by act it is you are ensuring that
means if it is not compliant you can move the court.
so all the fundamental rights we
all
legal
or the legal act
yes legal
so I'll recall
right to education you know right
right
RT
yes. RT act
first aid act,
first right
FRA act EPA and
right to food security.
right to food security
why there is a war now the world is in a very turmoil situation. What is leading to this instability actually? Around the globe, so many countries are engaged in war actually. Now, which authority has been diminished, and there is the world is in a very chaotic order. Why so?
so for me the authority which is diminished is the United Nations. There is a very much fall in the trust of the Nations Security Council plus the General Assembly. So, and all over the world there is a trust deficit among the countries due to increasing arms.
The polarity of the world also has changed. Now it is a what polar world.
Now it's multipolar
world. Also after the disintegration of the USSR, when there is a bipolar system, now they are multiplayer now.
Yes.
Chinese are also emerging player.
Yes.
So all have their own strategic interests.
Yes.
So they are in conflict. So that has endangered the situation. They want to have their own satellites, like Russian bloc, NATO bloc, things like that. So that is a major factor actually, because the world is now that strategic player now almost. The world order is changing. Originally it was under one control, unipolar world.
Yes.
USA was determining. Now US force has diminished somewhat.
Yes,
so he is unable to enforce. So that is the what things have changed. And he is also player which is also for its own interest also making the world more unstable actually. Why what is the Palestine issue? What is the Palestine issue in fact?
So that issue can be traced to the World War times when the Jewish the Britain promised the Jewish about a separate land for them during the World War. After they win the war, they promised a separate land for the Jewish, and after they won they gave the land to the Jewish. That was illegal to my point of view. And after that Jewish, basically it's based on religion issue, the Al-Aqsa mosque.
No, national issue actually, because the two-state theory was not accepted, because the Jews were transplanted in Palestine area. So they became, in course of time, they took over the entire thing. The Palestine became a displaced community.
It's a superiority of the race.
Superiority of the race. But they face the inferiority of the race. Good as it. Because Jews are at the receiving end.
Holocaust.
Holocaust. Antisemitism. What caste is a scheduled caste? How on what basis we determine that a caste is a scheduled caste?
The first
parameter is.
So main is the economic backwardness.
No, economic backwardness is not correct.
It's isolation from the mainstream.
No, isolation. They are not in isolation. Isolation they are, because on ground, what ground they are isolated. They are not allowed to intermingle.
social background.
Untouchability is a determinant. Tribal can, but in case of
Tribal is poor social.
they're different lifestyle. They're isolated a lot. They are so own specific culture. Yes. Our article provision guarantees them reservation actually. Article of constitution.
So Article 15 and Article 16.
पर लोकसभा जो रिजर्वेशन हो जो लोकसभा हमारा स्टेट असेंबली
So Article 340.
343 inclusion of omission जो name होगा हमारे को caste होगा.
Yes, for the president list, yeah. For the scheduled caste, 338.
330 and 332. 330 commission होते हैं.
Commission 330 and 332.
अच्छा, what is mandamus? 310 हाँ.
It's like author, like a court can direct, like who is aggrieved by a fundamental right, who has perpetuated the fundamental right to appear before the court.
To ensure that the right is applied.
Correct. It's one of the writs practiced by the. The writ of mandamus, certiorari, and quo warranto, and mandamus, certiorari, quo warranto, and
habeas corpus.
habeas corpus.
About it, prohibition.
Prohibition. Right.
अच्छा, हम country federal in nature. क्यों जाना चाहिए federal in nature?
There is a decentralization of the governance at the three levels after the 73rd and particularly after the 73rd and 74th Act.
That is nothing to do with federalism concept. That means devolution goes, power devolution goes local government. But federal nature I mean country is federal in nature.
So the states, there are different states and center is different and states.
domain of activity.
So the legislative powers are different for both.
State central level को legislate करियो से कौन कौन subject
union list. There is a separate.
Yes, separate chapter one is they can legislate. State has also different thing they will legislate.
State list.
तो का कौन difference है? Court and there is a concurrent list where both are the jurisdiction elected.
Yeah.
अच्छा, how it is different from the federal system that is followed in USA? USA, Canada.
USA is basically coming together federalism.
No, I mean, what is basic thing? Ours is centrist actually. Federal there is a regional autonomy there because you have dual citizenship. There are more autonomy there in the each federating unit. But here, in case of a dispute, the center shall prevail. Who article set up insurance? Suppose some state became rogue, didn't carry out the order. There is a provision in which article?
So it is 356.
356. 356 is an emergency clause. I would have 365. The state can most comply the order of the center. It is even center. It is biased towards center actually.
Centrist.
अच्छा हम ओडिशा कितने अच्छी कोस्टल डिस्ट्रिक्ट
बालेश्वर भद्रक केंद्रापड़ा जगतसिंहपुर पुरी गंजाम
गुड अच्छा तुम कोड डिस्ट्रिक्ट एक्चुअली खुर्दा अच्छा खुर्दा दिरा बड़ा पोइट था मतलब very renowned little figure
खुर्दा पर्टिकुलर
मतलब हमारे खुर्दा डिस्ट्रिक्ट नहीं है
सच्चिदानंद राउतरे
सच्चिदानंद गुड
सीतागढ़ महापात्र
सीतागढ़ not from खुर्दा
मनोज दास ना
महेंद्र मान सिंह नहीं सुनते
महेंद्र मान सिंह हाँ
भाई खुर्दा is famous actually खुर्दा गढ़ is famous what is its historical significance?
So it was mostly famous for the rebellion of the Pike Corps and the
Puri Raja used to rule from here actually खुर्दागढ़ actually
खुर्दागढ़
ये भी मैंने हमारे जो ब्रिटिश मैंने कॉन्क्वेस्ट के लिए खुर्दा came under British occupation actually.
So again Quebec
in which year?
1803
1803 कटक असला
1827
no 1805
1805 okay
कहीं नहीं there is pushback मैंने first time खुर्दा gave a British pushback because of that guerrilla warfare. So they were not used to their ambush trailer. So they came to them three sides. In 1805, they took over the control. अच्छा खोर्धा district I would special feature in co-development index रे खोर्धा is number 1 among the districts.
Education, literacy.
अच्छा हमर urban local body केते category रो
So तीनटा municipality, municipal corporation, NACs.
council. So on what basis they have been categorized?
So mostly on the population basis.
This is correct. केते basis ले गोटे our corporation?
The population, I think more than 10 lakhs.
No.
I'm not sure.
More than 3 lakhs.
Right.
अच्छा हम स्टेट रो को पावर अछि to impose tax. Rather than state after GST, when it is now become a unified government market, now there is small some domain left for state to impose tax. Both are the taxing, they are contributing to the state revenue.
So one is the taxes on fuel and petrol, which is not included in GST. Alcohol. And recent judgment by the Supreme Court on the tax.
Mineral tax.
Alcohol, fuel, cigarettes, those tax, and mines.
Land license, registration license.
Stamp tax.
Then our motor
vehicles, MBA.
You're writing poetry, poems. You write in English or
English.
You have published your book in Amazon?
Yes.
Okay.
what's the book title?
So the sweet and sour renditions of my thoughts.
Thoughts.
Like how many poems? Like
14.
14. And most of the poems based on?
It's like my real life experiences and my thoughts, whatever I go through on
Can you recite few lines? You collect few lines?
The one poem I loved was Silver Lining, where I wrote during the COVID times. Exact words I don't remember. But it was based on that, it was difficult time because I was thinking of switching my career and there was lockdown also. So I was trying to be positive at that time. So I was trying to see like what the future will hold.
So since when you have picked up this writing habit?
Actually very long back, 2016.
College days?
BTech times.
BTech time.
I published in 2020. But I love writing from 2000.
Even now also you are continuing?
Yes, sir.
Which is your favorite writer? Who was inspired you?
So my favorite book as of now and it will be forever is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl.
Have you read that book?
Yes, 2 times.
What do you find that most interesting? What is the three you have suggested 3 things? What is that thing?
As far as I remember, and the most important and priority for me is if you have a why, then the how is possible.
Then love, hope. Then another thing,
Strength.
Strength of character. That man he was a doctor actually.
Psychoanalyst.
He was doing despite content. This thing is a fantastic book. It's a mind-changing book. Simple way I would use.
So माने psychoanalysis और लोगों
No, he is also that faced that Holocaust victim.
Anne Frank. मैं पढ़ी नहीं सकता but
Psychoanalysis, like you say it like that. Then a few writers like who have like written seminal works on psychoanalysis.
Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, Albert Camus.
Albert Camus, you read Camus?
No, I have not read. Few of the things I have just like gone through, but I have not read any of his books.
Kafka, Camus.
Kafka.
Thermodynamics man अछि.
Certificate अच्छी. Conceptual.
Thermodynamics कोन अछि?
First is the balance of energy, conservation of energy. Second is action reaction. Second is entropy. Third is every action has an equal amount.
Every action.
But it's a mathematical formula.
Every action is equal and opposite reaction is Newton's law.
Can't recall right.
ठीक है बहुत बोलो अच्छी है